It is Tuesday, 7:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and cannot recall a time that I have ever been live so early. But here we are. Welcome. We are gathered here this morning to talk about moon magic and mindfulness with Grace, the four pieces of the puzzle that help us put all of this together, all of this being some of the madness of what happens in our life, but definitely why we feel the way that we feel and why we do the things we do, how we act, right? And when it comes to psychology and the things that I've learned in my journey and in my studies, certified coaching, all of that positive psychology, not lore, obviously, but the emotional intelligence lore of it all. It's just one of my passions. And combining that with astrology has been one of the most fun experiments because my interest in astrology has always been very personal. It's always been very hobby like. Let me read this because I think it's cute and because I like the stars. I mean, that was me at 16, 14. Then fast forward to being in my 20s, I wouldn't even talk about any of the astrology. I would just continue to read and write and do my journaling. And, even as an adult, it was all, yeah, I love the moon. And in private, I'm going to come and journal about the moon and try to figure this out on my own. And then in 2023, actually in 2022, I woke up with a book cover in my vision. I woke up with a book cover in my mind and a very specific title. And then I said, well, what is this book about? And then I had to figure it out. And my Virgo rising, who likes all things in order, who appreciates very much an agenda, who has been carrying a planner around since I was in ninth grade, even though what is there to plan? You go to school, you go to music school, and you go home, right? Um, I put together the Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace 2023 manifestation agenda slash journal. Fast forward, we have 2024, and pretty soon, aka next week, we'll have the 2025 book in our hands, and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Now let's talk about why I am here in the morning as opposed to Monday night. It's very interesting because we're going to talk about Pluto entering Aquarius for the next 20 years. Good morning. Hello. Thank you. Lazy Dog says manifestation is real. Listen, I'm not here to debate. I'm not here to really get into whether we believe or what we define things or how we define things. I'm here to just discuss all of this astrological moonology mumbo jumbo. And then my Mercury is in Gemini, so my way of communicating with friends and with the collecting is to share my passions and what I love. So let's do that. And also, this whole thing about Pluto and Aquarius, for me, personally speaking, is all about my daily routines and how to best navigate them and how to better set my day for the most success or just for success in general. Now, let's not forget that success doesn't equate money. We can win and we can succeed in lots of ways. And so, my precious 5 year old, who has been having a specific sleeping arrangement for 5 years, has now decided to go to bed a bit later than before. And so we might not be able to do this on Monday night anymore, but it's okay. We can chat in the morning, and we can still talk about it next week. I will be here Monday morning. It will not be Tuesday like today. We're only here today because yesterday couldn't come together the way that I wanted. And that's when I decided to be here today. So, shall we get to it? Good morning. My name is Graciela Moore. I am an ICF personal certified coach, content creator, writer, and just moon lover in general. And we're gathered here to discuss Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace 2024 manifestation agenda / journal. And next week, we will have the 2025. I'm so excited. So, in this journal or agenda, you're invited to journal every moon day. What is it that you're planning for the week? How is it that you're navigating some of the emotions? We just came out of a full moon weekend with that full moon in Taurus Friday. And so, how were you this weekend? How were your social engagements? Did you feel drained? Did you feel on edge? Did you feel moody? I ask those questions because the full moon tends to be really intense and it doesn't show up for everybody. Lazy Dog is asking about Sagittarius, and it doesn't hit the same for everybody, which is also why I like to discuss and to kind of pinpoint some of the things that may come up. But it may not resonate the same. Now, before I move on, because I want to address, Joel is asking about an asteroid hitting in 2029. I don't know. I have no idea. And a Lazy Dog is asking about Sagittarius. So, before we continue into where the moon is today and the rest of the week and we follow the journal, let's brush on really quick on Pluto entering Aquarius because it's starting today. So, how did you sleep? How did you find yourself this morning? And it's going to last until 2043. So, for the next 19 years, we're going to have this. And so, it's a generational kind of shift, but it does affect us individually. So, if you have your chart, if you have your natal planetary chart, which should look like this and should tell you where the planets were on the date and time of your birth. And if you don't have that or don't know what that is, you can let me know and we can figure it out together because it's free, it's all online, and we can make sense of it, I promise. So, where Aquarius is in your chart, this is what Pluto is going to be meddling with for the next 19 years. So all you want to do is look at your own personal chart, pinpoint where Aquarius is, obviously, just for kicks. Find out where Pluto is, right? Because Pluto may be in another area. My natal Pluto is in Aquarius, so I'm still diving into studying what this whole Pluto in Aquarius means generationally for me. But where were you in 2008? I was a junior in high school. And so when Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008, that's the bookend that just closed yesterday. So for me, that's my entire adult life. Starting in junior year, going through all of my college years, going through my 20s, my masters, all of the jobs that I had. Oh my gosh, I've had jobs since I was 13 years old to now 39 years old, turning 40 next year. So this whole Pluto and Capricorn chunk of my life has been my entire adult life. And now it opens another chapter. So I'm guessing, without even diving into the details, that it's going to put into perspective the lessons that I've learned and some of the values that I have, mounted up over the years, so on and so forth. So where were you in 2008? How was that chapter between 2008 and now? And if you are a cardinal sign, and those are, oh, hang on, I wrote this. I wrote some notes. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. There you go. If you are a cardinal sign, then you just went through this most intense change on a personal level with Pluto in Capricorn. And now Pluto entering Aquarius, it's going to affect everybody. I don't want to leave Sagittarius out, but it's mainly focused on sorry, Margarita, buenos días. She distracted me. Welcome. Buenos días desde Barcelona. Buenos días. Good morning. Cardinal and fixed signs. Thank you. Fixed signs, which are Taurus, Scorpio, and I forget the other two, but Sagittarius is a mutable sign, so that may not affect so much. Now, we're still going to see transformation in the way of how your life may change. And let's not forget, which I discussed last week, that change could be something really small, like having or deciding to do a show in the morning as opposed to the night, or change could be something huge like your life completely changing, brand new people in your life, brand new relationships, or maybe even moving to a brand new place, losing things, gaining things, just changing ideas, changing your mind. We don't consider these things, I feel like, when we hear that your life is about to change because the planet is doing its thing. Now, one of the most common things I keep seeing when I'm scrolling about Pluto entering Aquarius today is the hook. If you are a fixed sign, your life is about to change. Well, it can't really change that much that fast if this whole Pluto and Aquarius thing is going to take 19 years. So let's consider the little tiny changes that are happening on the daily, like you changing your mind, like you deciding to wear all black from now on, or you deciding to share in social media something you have kept private, or you deciding that you're no longer buying spiral notebooks. Now you're going to buy, my journal. So it's like all of these tiny little things, shifts in perspective, opinions that no longer are valid or that no longer fall into place, feelings that no longer may be there. All of these are changes that we tend to, I feel like, take for granted because we're connected in a technological way, in a kind of culture that really looks to whatever is bigger, brighter, and better, even though bigger and brighter may not be better for family, collective, etc. Now, Aquarius has two phases, in my opinion. The phase that says, welcome technology, I want the technology, give me all of the AI, a robot helping me in my house, absolutely. And the other phase is the what's best for the collective, what's best for the family. All of this is awesome, but is this what the collective needs at the time? How can we innovate in a way that is for the collective? How can we bring about all of this technology and make it accessible? Because technology is nothing if we can't really take advantage of it collectively to better the environment, to better the general culture, to better the history, so on and so forth. And so these are the themes that we will be looking at in the next 20 years. And I don't know if I'll be here doing a live every week in the next 20 years, but we will certainly just keep on living every day and taking advantage of the little changes and the little things that come up and seeing how they build up over time. And it's just so fascinating. I am metaphorically eating popcorn, yum, 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 because the drama and just the dynamics of how all of this planetary and moon things come about is just really interesting. And Margarita says that I will be here 20 years from now talking about the moon. So that's fun. All right, so let's talk about the week. We're starting the week with a waning gibbous in Cancer. By now, it's a different phase, probably. Let's see. No, it's still waning gibbous on Tuesday. As you know, my favorite source of all of this astrology stuff is astroseek.com. You can get your birth chart there. You can find out where the moon is every day, so on and so forth. There's so many options here. It's not the easiest, most user-friendly website to navigate, but now after 4 years of looking at it every day, I can click here and there, but here we are. It moves into Leo tomorrow night. And Leo is the center of attention. Leo wants the attention. Leo wants to be in the spotlight. Leo really wants you to shine. So when the moon is in Leo, let's talk about where the moon is every day and how that may show up, lazy dog, if you're still here, because the moon will be in Sagittarius sometime. Actually, no, not until the 30th of the month do we have the moon in Sagittarius, but still, because we're in the middle of the moon cycle. So Leo is that fire sign that wants to reign and wants to shine and wants to be acknowledged, definitely given the attention. And so when the moon is in Leo, you may feel like really expressive, or like you're more talkative than usual, or like you feel a little bit more confident in your skin. Now, all of this may not apply. It really depends on your own natal chart. So if none of this resonates, don't worry about it. We're going to continue the conversation. Saturday and Sunday, the moon is in Virgo. I love a moon in Virgo. It helps me get organized for the week ahead. It helps me just clean and put things in order because that's Virgo. Virgo is also Earth, but it's mutable. So there's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo that are the Earth signs. And so, good morning, Noble. So grateful that you're here. Look at us. And so, where Capricorn, who is that cardinal Earth sign, wants to usher in a foundation for things, wants to definitely finances are involved, of course, and think about 2008 and how Pluto entered Capricorn and what happened. Didn't the real estate market collapse at that time? I was a junior in high school, so I have no idea. But if you're an adult, then you might remember where you were in 2008. And so now Capricorn does all those things still, but then Taurus, it's fixed earth. So Taurus is very slow, likes things to be strong. And then there's Virgo, that mutable earth, right? And so the moon in Virgo tends to be very organized, very set in its ways, and I'm excited for a weekend with the moon in Virgo. So that will be this weekend coming up. Now, last Friday we had that full moon in Taurus, and it correlates or it bookends where the moon or how the moon showed up for you on the new moon of May 8th. So we have the questions here. We had that new moon with no, that was April. So May comes after April, right? Yes. Here it is. So we have that new moon happening in Taurus. You journal in this side and then paint over it. And then we have last week's full moon in Taurus. And so they go together. We've talked about this before. Now there's chapters in astrology that take years to bookend. For example, next year, I know this because I just reviewed the book. Next year, at the end of the year, I don't remember which right now, we have a moon in Aquarius that doesn't happen again for another 2 years after that. And I'm not going to talk about it now because I can't really pinpoint unless I have my notes. But this year, we also had a chapter that closed 2 years ago, or that opened 2 years ago and closed. Now, you may call those portals. I feel like when the date falls into 11/11, a lot of astrologers or spiritual practitioners online will talk about portals of energy, so on and so forth. But I love to call them bookends. And I like to think about or observe what happened in my life in between these two bookends. So the new moon on May 8th is for intentions, it's for planting seeds, it's for planning, right? Remember, this is the only journal that you need to make and nurture plans. And it's because it has an emphasis on that new moon and the full moon, and how those questions can better give you perspective or better give you an idea of what to do and how to do it. So let's talk about the questions for that new moon. If you weren't here, or you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you have no clue what happened around May 8th of this year, then ponder these questions or pause, get a journal and write them down, and let's discuss. So, what are some simple physical activities that make you feel most grounded and content? How can you incorporate more of these into your life during this cycle? If you haven't done something, how can you introduce it into your life? The cycle means it's a new cycle because you're doing something new. Now, these questions are so earth, so home, so grounding, right? Because it's Taurus. So we're talking about getting out of our heads and into our body. Question number 2, how can you balance your desire for change? Meaning, how can you balance living the day to day with your desire for something else, with your desire for change, for something different? How can you balance your desire for change with a respect for the true and tried methods that have worked for you in the past? I mean, true and tried methods. For me, something like that would be some of the journaling techniques, for example, that I have experimented with along the years. There's automatic writing, everybody does it differently. There's lyrical analysis through journaling. There's journaling and sketching, at least that I've experienced or that I've done. I've always painted and drawn close to my journaling. It's always been kind of a one-on-one experience. And so if those things didn't work, or after experimenting with those things, I've decided that this is the type of journaling I want to do, then this one would be my tried and true method for me. If it if something else applies for you, then that's fine. And honestly, I can't come up with any more examples because it's early. But if you're in the comments and you're still here, I would love to hear what are some of your true and tried methods. I mean, just off the top of my head, I can probably say that Ron's true and tried method of mindfulness is to play the guitar, to just chill and play the guitar and relax and unwind. For other people, it's taking a walk in the morning or at night. It's a bath. It's, what is it? For other people, it's hypnotherapy. I definitely include my therapy, my coaching into all of these true and tried methods of survival. So, what are those for you? And if you have no clue, then maybe you would like to develop some methods or some coping mechanisms that will really resonate with you, because not everything resonates with everybody. It's not there's the reason why there's a variety of options is because not all of them are for everybody. Excuse me. So, we have some affirmations. I embrace the beauty of life's simple pleasures. I connect with nature, savoring each moment, and find comfort and security in the present. Oof. Now, this affirmation is from May, from that new moon. And honestly, it resonates with me right now because this is the first time I am in a place physically that has all the seasons. So the trees are getting bare, the leaves are falling, and it's getting colder and colder. And here's this island girl from the Caribbean who moved to Florida where there is no winter and who now is in the mountains looking for all of the tried and true survival modes or methods so that I can just be okay through the winter. So, this one about connecting with nature, savoring each moment, and finding comfort and security in the present. Man, that's good. I reevaluate my relationship with money and possessions. That's very Taurus. Taurus is very concerned with what you have in the physical, the material world, the tangible, and then the finances. So Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and they're both concerned with finances. They're both concerned with income, with expenditure. They're both concerned with budget. They're both concerned with gifts and just material possessions in general. So if you have achieved a level of enlightenment that allows you to look at material things for what they are and not for some made up cultural denoted value, then you might feel detached from material things, and that's probably what's best, right? If you are in a position or in a stage in your life where you absolutely need the things that you have, then that's also okay. I was once criticized for being a materialist, and I've never forgotten it because it's made me think about how much I put of myself into these material things and how much I rely on them. And it's made me realize that I'm not materialistic. I just really want to have what I need for what I'm doing in the moment. And if that means getting this and this and this and that, then I will work my ass off so that I can financially secure those goods. And it's a dynamic that functions well for me. There's that Libra in it. And of course, I'm a Taurus. And of course, the person that said that years ago has no memory of it, and it's of no consequence. I just brought it up because it fits the Taurus perspective. Now, moving into this full moon that just happened in Taurus, that closes that chapter, we have two questions and one affirmation. How has the recent pursuit of personal goals brought out your inner courage and assertiveness? Reflect on moments that demonstrated your resilience and boldness. This, on a personal level, has been honestly ever since I would say my husband and I have been together for 8 years. And so being more assertive and being more grounded in my truth has been a journey of learning how to communicate in a healthy adult relationship, because I didn't come from that before, or not really my upbringing either. So to be assertive in a way that is not rude, to be assertive in a way that still shows respect, to assert your wants and needs in a way that really resonates with you, but also falls or is received well and kindly, that has been an adult challenge for me. So, how has that been for you? In what ways have recent realizations sparked a need for change? What steps can you take to capitalize on this momentum for personal transformation? Now, I know what I answered on Friday. I have it right here because I haven't painted over it yet. But today I have a different answer for that question. Isn't that interesting? Very. In what ways have recent realizations sparked a need for change? So here's the thing. My natal, I mean, yeah, my natal Pluto in Aquarius means for me that there's a shift in how I do my daily routines. In my chart, Aquarius rules my sixth house. And so that's all about the daily routines, the day step by step, the maximizing of time, the getting creative with how I can best expand the hours of my day, kind of like creating time. You know how we say, I'm going to make time for that. Well, how do you make time? I would love to know. But this is how it is, right? Maximizing that time, really stretching that agenda. And lo and behold, as Pluto is entering Aquarius, and this is starting to happen for me on a personal level, my child puts me in a position where I have to reconsider my entire day. My entire bedtime routine, the time that I wake up in the morning, and how the rest of the day follows is now being challenged. Look at that. Isn't it interesting? I know, Ron, I know. It's just, it keeps me so interested how these things keep unfolding. So, very, very interesting. What steps can you take to capitalize on this momentum? Well, let me tell you, for the past 2 weeks, with my child going to bed at midnight and waking up at 10 a.m., I've been mourning. I've been going through the stages of grief because my time is being taken away from me, or my time is being toyed with, or my time is being played with. And so by yesterday, I realized, you know what? That's it. I'll just do the show in the morning and that's it. There's no other question about it. If he's not going to wake up until later, then I can do it in the morning. And so here we are, and rolling with those changes and rolling with those punches and maximizing on those punches and changes and capitalizing on whatever opportunity there is to capitalize on, which, let's remember that capitalizing on something does not mean that you get money from it. It just means that you made the most of it. It means that you alchemized what was thrown on your lap into something else. That's what capitalizing means, at least for me. So let's look at those affirmations. I acknowledge my strengths and assert my true desires while fostering harmony and understanding within my relationships. I courageously step forward into transformation, balancing assertiveness with grace and fostering harmonious interactions. So that was that full moon. And we have another affirmation coming because yesterday was Moon Day, and every Moon Day you have one or two affirmations. And I'm so excited about next year's book. I'm so excited. It has over 100 pages more for you to journal and so many questions and affirmations. And I'm just so excited. Okay. The affirmation for this week, take it with you, ponder it, think about it. It's a waning gibbous, so the waning is encouraging you to shed, to let go of. Once the full moon sheds light on what needs to be released, now you spend the waning time releasing, letting go, at least the intention of it, if you don't do it physically yet. The wisdom of introspection guides me into deeper understanding. I shed what holds me back, nurturing my emotional well being and inner strength. And holding you back could be something like pride, could be holding you back, fear could be holding you back. Just normal like insecurities could be holding you back. Someone else may be holding you back. What is it that is getting in the way of you and the goal that you have, or this dream? I used to dream that I wanted to go to Hollywood and write movies and sell my scripts and be in the production and maybe be in the director chair and do all these things. And then I realized that I wanted to express myself creatively, but that wasn't the thing. I thought I wanted that, but that's not really it. And so fast forward 15 years and here we are, and I love my life, and I love homeschooling, and I love just being home every day, and I love doing this and writing this book this year. It didn't take me 10 months like last year. It only took me 6, so that's great. We're getting down the time. And so how do these things apply and show up for you? It's very different for everybody. Now, we have Sagittarius season starting this week. So Lazy Dog and everyone else whose birthday is next month, happy birthday. Sagittarius season is already starting. And you know what that means? That means that you and I have officially survived what I used to call one of the toughest seasons astrologically, meaning the toughest month, and that is Scorpio season. So if you're watching and you're not scared of Scorpio season anymore, I'm so proud of you and so happy. Look at us, we made it. All right. And then we have the last quarter, Friday and Saturday, and we begin next week with a waning crescent in Libra. And that's it for the week ahead. Ron, yes, we know your birthday is on the 28th. So Ron is a Sagittarius. High five, Ron. We made it. I'm drinking coffee now, guys. Yay, because it's in the morning. So shall we do a meditation? Now, normally, the meditation for Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace is meant to be for you to go comfortably into your sleep. But maybe now we just relax and center for the day ahead, shall we? Let's do a mindfulness meditation to get motivated for the day ahead, because I need it just as much as you. Music for this meditation is brought to you by Brain FM, music for your brain. We're going to meditate and do unguided. And let's just do some affirmations and get ready for the day ahead. Yes, we're now having coffee and journaling. Good morning. We're about to go into the meditation. You're welcome, Ron. I'm so excited for this new phase and our time together. I was so excited this morning that I woke up before my alarm. So that should tell you something. Now, if you're driving to work, then just relax and follow this breath work. If you're able, you can lay down and close your eyes. This is meant to be deep breath work to kind of tap into that vagus nerve that it's meant to relax you. And so we'll do some breathing and we'll do the affirmations and we'll close it out and have a wonderful day. So let's go through this really quick. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath in, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth. Long exhale, nice and slow. Hold your breath again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inhale once more through your nose. Till you have no room, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale and relax. And as you relax into this exhale, let's think about all the intentions that we're bringing into this week, all of the things that we're hoping will work out a certain way. And then let's think about releasing the pressure, releasing the grip that we have over things we can't control. Because I can only control my breath and what I am doing right now. So with me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath in. Take this breath for yourself. Fill your lungs. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale nice and slow. Slow exhale. We're not in a hurry. Nowhere to go. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. And relax. And with me, remember these affirmations. I release, that's next week. The wisdom of introspection guides me into deeper understanding. I shed what holds me back, nurturing my emotional well-being and inner strength. I acknowledge my strengths and assert my true desires while fostering harmony and understanding within my relationships. I courageously step forward transformation, balancing my assertiveness with grace and fostering harmonious interactions. I am so excited for the day ahead, so grateful for the life I have. I am so loved, guided, and protected. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Nice, long, deep breath. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 and exhale nice and slow. And as you exhale, just relax into this exhale. Slow down your breath. And open your eyes if they were closed. And just remember that you are so loved. And come back to me. I found my little bell for this momentous occasion. All right, everybody, that is it. That concludes our discussion. I'm so excited that by next week, the book will be here, and I'm just so grateful. And I will see you all next week. Again, if you have questions about Pluto in Aquarius or your chart and where that is, let me know. You're very welcome, Ron. Have a good day. Love you all. Bye.